Hi, I'm Mark from Devon Honey and Candles. I'm just in my honey house, starting to prepare it for this year's main crop. We should be pulling in about 150 supers, so we need to get it nicely set up and clean and tidy. I'll show you around some of the equipment I use. So this is the fan I use to dry any uncapped frames. I'll normally let it blow over the frames for 24 hours. I'll stack them up in a set of 4, maybe 10, 12 high, and then dry off, about 50 at a time. Once it's dry, I put it into this uncapper. I've not used this really in a large test. I've used it on a small few frames here and there. So this will be the first big test to see whether it gets blocked up or it just keeps going through. I've got 150 supers to go, so it's going to give a few days solid work. But I don't think it is going to get blocked up. I think it's got enough space to keep putting wax in and letting it fall out, but we'll see. And when I cleaned it last time, it was very easy to clean. You just take it out, take the rollers out, and submerge it in cleaning water, cold water. Once the frames are uncapped, everything will go into my 20 frame radial extractor. And this has automatic cycles and manual cycles and adjustable speed and that. Once the honey's been extracted, it will be put into these buckets, and from these buckets it will be put into settling tanks over here. The buckets are then brought over to these settling tanks with sieves on. The honey's then poured in, goes through one sieve into the finer sieve, and then the cleaned honey will be poured from here back into clean buckets and then stored away. And here is my small kitchen area for washing up everything, keeping everything sterile. Hot water, stainless steel worktops, a very nice big sink, all very handy. Okay, well here's my honey setup. If you'd like to help support this channel, you can always buy a jar of honey from me, from Devon Honey and Candles. There's a Shopify link below. If you're in the UK only though, I'm afraid. So now I'm going to go and just have a look at my out apiaries. I'm not really going to do inspections. I'm just going to go and do a bit of strimming, see how they're doing, pop my head in the top of the supers, have a look. So yeah, see you there in a minute. Well, here we are at one of our main production apiaries. All the clover's gone over now. The bees don't look so busy today. So I'm here today just to do a little bit of strimming and just checking the supers a bit. Let's see if they've added anything to the top box on here, which I doubt they have. No. Really, they are up there. This is an undrawn out super. I was just seeing if they would draw this out before the flow ended. Doesn't look like it. Okay, well they've started drawing it out, but there's not a lot going on now, I don't think. I was hoping the rain would have brought the clover back a bit here. It did in one of my other apiaries, but not here so much. Can't actually see in there because it's taller than me. No, not a lot in this top box. There's a little bit. Drawn out honey on that side. Bit of weight on that one. But a lot of undrawn out frames at the top, I think. Yeah. I did have 80 new supers to draw out this year. I'm not sure if I've got them all drawn out. 80 new boxes. Doesn't seem to be much going on in this hive, so let's have a look. Have a quick look at it. Well, lots of bees in the roof. Not a lot going on this box. Undrawn out frames on the end, showing the flows pretty much done. A little bit of stores, not a lot. And what have we got in this one? Starting to cap it over. Again, not a completely full super, this one. This has had a split though. Let's see if the bees are okay. And these hives have all had their spring honey taken off. Okay, it's a reasonable amount of weight in that. Let's have a little gander. No queen on there. Just gonna hope there's, check to make sure there's eggs in here. Gently. Okay, just lots of stores. Well, I can see brood. Can't see any eggs yet. Okay, well, we've got eggs and larvae. Oh, there's a queen. She's right there. So some of these have been requeened, so they're not going to be producing so much honey this year. Right, I'll leave them to it. Just clean that off a bit. Quickly peel this back and look. These guys don't seem too happy. This hive is a hive I'd like to requeen, to be honest. It says mean on there, which means I want to requeen it. Well, they are bringing some honey into this top super, that's good. Capping it. I'm not going to dive into them because there's no point really now. After I've harvested, I will be combining a few hives and maybe requeening a couple that way. But I'll just have to see really. Let's have a look in the top box on this one. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 high. Let's have a little look. Yeah, not really in that top super. Again, wasn't really expecting them to be that much. I was hoping the flow might kick off a bit more. Looks like nothing's really happening there. Not drawing this out at all. See, that's been on about, well, that's probably been on nearly 10 days now. And they've done nothing to it. What's it like one box in? Not a lot on there. A bit more weight on that one. Nothing capped. Starting to cap that one. Everything looks capped in the box below by the looks of it. So I think the lack of rains slowed the harvest this year a bit, stopped it a bit. Okay, some weight on there. Don't know if they've gone all the way to the edge of this box or not. Still, every year I'm getting more and more supers drawn out, so slowly getting to where I want to be. If we have a good season next year, I should be getting quite a lot of honey, I think. Okay, yep, all good. What's the end ones like? Oh, that feels light. There you go. Give it a little shake, so there's no nectar coming off there at all. So these top boxes that aren't drawn out very well on all the hives, they'll be left on after I've extracted the honey, give them some space to condense down into, and they will then just be taking off just before I do my oxalate treatments, which I kind of will do probably end of August, beginning of September. They quite often have a brood break then. So I don't think it's going to be the biggest summer harvest ever, but I don't think it'll be terrible. Again, not a lot in that one. They really added nothing to the boxes I put on a couple of weeks ago. In fact, they might be eating their stores, to be honest. Not much on that outside one. The box below looks nice and full to the edges, that's good. This is mainly capped. So we're definitely going to get some honey this year. So that's good. If you'd like to buy our honey, devonhoneyandcandles.com or .co.uk. Shopify page down in the bottom of the description somewhere. Yeah, nothing in that. Well, that's enough for me poking my head in. I'm now just going to do a bit of strimming and then I'm out of here.